Do you love food with big tastes, super hot pans, and yummy bites that make your mouth happy? Let's go to the streets of China and find the top 10 street foods you just have to try. Hey everyone, it's Munich Cham, and I'm super excited to take you on this amazing food trip. China's street food is full of amazing smells like sweet spices and smoky grills. You'll hear sellers shouting, pans making noise, and happy people eating noodles. This food isn't just tasty, it's a big part of their culture and old ways, and people make it with lots of care right in front of you. These are more than just snacks, they're like little adventures, tastes of history and how people live. So get ready, we're gonna learn all about Chinese street food. Let's go! Okay, first on our list, and you really have to try this, is jianbing. Wow, this is the best Chinese breakfast street food. You'll see these food stands everywhere in the morning. People who live there line up to get it, and there's a good reason why. It's like a salty pancake, but it's so much more. Watching them make it is like a show. The seller carefully spreads a thin mix on a hot round pan, moving it around until it's nice and flat. They crack an egg on it and spread it out like a yellow blanket. Then they sprinkle lots of fresh green onions and tasty cilantro. It smells so good when it gets warm. They usually spread a yummy, salty hoisin sauce on it. It gives it a deep, a little sweet, and super tasty flavor. And if you like spicy food, you need to add some chili sauce or chili oil. The best part is the crunchy wonton cracker, called bao kui. When you bite it, you feel so many things. The soft pancake, the soft egg, and then a super loud crunch from the cracker. Then the seller folds it all up so it's easy to carry and eat while you walk. It's warm, salty, a little sweet, a little spicy, crispy and chewy all at the same time. The first bite is like a party of tastes and feelings in your mouth that makes you say, wow. That's why jianbing is a breakfast star in China. It fills you up, it's yummy, and you won't forget eating it. Really, you have to find this one. It's the best way to start a day of trying new foods. Next, when the sun goes down and the city lights turn on, there's one smell that fills the air in China, and that's chuaner. Oh, these grilled meat sticks are the perfect late-night street food. Picture walking down a busy street. The air smells smoky from meat cooking on a grill. You hear sizzling sounds and happy people talking around the food stands. You can find different kinds of meat, but the most famous one, the one you really must try, is lamb. They take small, soft pieces of lamb, sometimes with little bits of fat that get super crispy and tasty when grilled, and put them on thin metal sticks. Watching them grill is amazing to see. These sticks are usually cooked over hot charcoal. That gives them a special smoky taste you can't get any other way. While the sticks are grilling, they sprinkle lots of a special mix of spices on them, mostly cumin and chili powder. When they finally give them to you, hot from the grill, shiny with juice and covered in those good-smelling spices, it's just perfect. You really have to try this. Okay, let's talk about dumplings, but not just any kind. We're going to learn about shengjian bao. These are dumplings fried in a pan that have soup inside, and wow, they are really special. Picture a soft, fluffy bun on top, a super crispy golden brown bottom. Then, when you bite it, hot, tasty soup bursts out, and there's a juicy meatball inside. The dough for shengjian bao is a little thicker. It makes the top soft and fluffy, but it's also strong enough to hold the soup and get crispy on the bottom when it's fried. Usually it's filled with tasty chopped pork with perfect spices. The way they cook shengjian bao makes them special. They put them in a big, flat, oily pan, often made of heavy iron. Then they fry them until the bottoms are pretty and golden brown and super crispy. The mix of the crispy bottom, the soft bun, the tasty juicy pork, and that yummy hot soup is like a party of flavor. These are so good, you'll want more and more, even after you're done eating. Now for our next street food, we're going to try something that some people might think is a bit tricky. But trust me on this one, you won't forget this. We're talking about stinky tofu, or cho du-fu. Yes, the name tells you a lot. This is a special kind of tofu that has a very strong smell. The most common way you'll find stinky tofu on the streets is fried in a lot of oil. They put squares or blocks of this tofu into hot oil until they're golden brown and super crispy on the outside, but the inside stays surprisingly soft, almost like cream. Even though it smells strong, good stinky tofu actually tastes pretty good, very flavorful, and not as strong as it smells. They usually serve it with different things that taste good with it, like a sweet and salty soy sauce, chili sauce to make it spicy, pickled veggies like cabbage or radishes for a crunch and sour taste, and fresh cilantro. Be brave, try something new. and give stinky tofu a try. It's a famous street food for a good reason. Okay, next is a street food that people often call the Chinese hamburger, and let me tell you, it's super yummy and filling. We're talking about rujia mo. This is a very loved street snack from a place called Shanxi Province in northwest China. Picture juicy meat that's been cooked slowly for a long time, chopped up small, and put inside a warm, crispy flatbread. The mo in rujia mo means a special kind of flatbread. It's not just any bread. This is a special flatbread that doesn't rise. They usually bake it in a clay oven, kind of like a tandoor. The best part is the rao, which means meat. Usually this is pork, especially pork belly. It's cooked slowly for hours, sometimes all night, in a tasty, good-smelling soup with spices like star anise, cinnamon, Sichuan peppercorns, ginger, and soy sauce. That first bite of a rujia mo is just so good. It's easy to see why rujia mo is so loved. It's a real taste of China's food history. After all those salty treats, it's time for something sweet, and we have a great one. This is tanghulu, and wow, it looks as good as it tastes. These are fruits covered in hard sugar on a stick. They are a famous Chinese street snack, and people love them when it's cold. The fruit they usually use for tanghulu is the hawthorn berry, or shanja. These small, sour berries, kind of like little apples, are the most common. Their sour taste is great with the sweet sugar coating. The special thing about tanghulu is its perfect sugar coating. When you bite into a tanghulu, that's when the fun really starts. First, you hear a super satisfying crackle sound as the sugar shell breaks. Then you taste the fruit inside. It's often cool and juicy, which feels really different from the hard candy. If you love sweet things, or even if you just like pretty and tasty treats, you really have to try tanghulu. Okay, let's go back to some salty sticks, but this time, we're trying a different kind of yummy food. Lu chuan. These are sticks with different foods on them that are cooked slowly in a very good-smelling and tasty special soup, called lu shui. This is like a cozy meal on a stick, warm and super filling. The idea of lu chuan is really fun because you can choose what you want. You go to the food stand and you see tons of sticks with all kinds of food on them. The most important part of lu chuan is the cooking soup, the lu shui. This is often a special soup that has been cooking for a very long time, sometimes for years. They keep adding new foods and spices, so it gets a really deep and amazing taste. After you pick what you want, the seller takes your sticks and puts them into the warm, dark, good-smelling soup. When your lu chuan are done, they take them out of the pot. They're shiny and dripping with that amazing cooking soup. Every bite is full of warm, salty, and super tasty flavor. Lu chuan is a real taste of Chinese home cooking, but easy to get on the street. Next on our list is a famous street food that people love all over China. It's one of my favorites for a quick, salty snack, kong yu bing or scallion pancakes. Oh, these are just super yummy. Picture a golden brown pancake fried in a pan. It's super crispy on the outside, chewy and has layers on the inside, and it's full of the fresh, good-smelling taste of green onions. The secret to a great kong yu bing is the dough and how they make it to get those nice, flaky layers. They chop up fresh, bright green onions small and put lots of them in the pancake. The way they cook it is very important to get that perfect feel. They fry the flat pieces of dough on a slightly oily hot plate or in a shallow pan on medium heat. When they give it to you, hot from the pan, often cut into triangles, the kong yu bing is amazing in how it feels and tastes. That first bite is crispy on the outside, then chewy, a little stretchy and flaky on the inside, all full of that great green onion taste. It's the best salty pancake, a real treasure of street food. Now let's talk about a really common Chinese food. You'll find it everywhere, from busy street stands to local breakfast places, baozi, or steamed buns. Oh, these are so comforting to eat. Picture holding a warm, soft, fluffy bun in your hand. You tear it open, and inside there's a yummy, salty, or sometimes sweet filling. Baozi can be made in many ways. They fill you up, and they just make you feel good. The bun itself is like a piece of art. It's made from a special dough that rises. When they steam it, it becomes super soft, fluffy, and a little sweet. And oh, the fillings. This is what makes baozi so great. There are so many kinds. For salty ones, you have famous ones like juicy chopped pork with green onions, rubao. They often add ginger, soy sauce, and a special wine called Shaoxing wine. Salty baozi are very common, but you can also find sweet ones, which are a yummy treat. You really have to try a few different kinds to find your favorite, but it's hard to pick just one. And last, for our final street food, we're going big, we're going brave, we're going spicy. This is chuan chuan xiang, which means good-smelling sticks. It's basically like hot pot on a stick. Oh wow, if you love spicy Sichuan food and the fun of eating hot pot with others, you are going to love chuan chuan xiang. Picture a big pot of boiling spicy, good-smelling soup, and tons of sticks with yummy foods on them that you cook yourself. The most important part of chuan chuan xiang is, of course, the soup. Some places might have less spicy soup, but the star is usually the spicy Sichuan soup. It's a rich, oily, dark red soup full of chili peppers, Sichuan peppercorns, that make your mouth tingly and spicy. They call it mala, ginger, garlic, star anise, and lots of other good-smelling spices. Once you've picked your sticks and your soup is bubbling at your table or at a big pot everyone shares at a street stand, the fun starts. You take your sticks and dip them into the hot pot. Different foods cook for different amounts of time. Thin meat cooks very fast, but root vegetables might take a little longer. After your sticks are cooked, you pull them out, let them cool for a second, and then dip them into your own special dipping sauce. That mix of the spicy soup-cooked foods and the good-smelling, cooling dipping sauce is like a party of flavor in your mouth. Spicy, tingly, salty, fresh. Chuan chuan xiang is a real treat for all your senses, and the perfect way to end our Chinese street food adventure. From spicy sticks that make your mouth full of flavor, to sweet, crunchy sugar fruits that make you smile, and from those amazing breakfast jianbing to the warm, cozy baozi, Chinese street food is a food adventure you can't find anywhere else. Wow, what a trip that was. We've only tried a little bit of all the different and yummy foods that the streets of China have. Every dish tells a story of old ways, of local foods, and of how much the sellers care when they make them. I hope this makes you want to go out and try these amazing foods for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me, Moonek Cham, on this amazing Chinese street food tour. I had so much fun showing you these top 10 foods. Until next time, happy eating.